Hello and welcome to the Scott Ballard Show here on the Warrior Sports Network. Grant Wall joined by Winona State head women's basketball coach Scott Ballard. And coach, 2 games this last week will start on Tuesday, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, your final non-conference game of the season, a home win against Viterbo, where you got some really good contributions from some of the younger members of your team.
Yeah, it was a fun evening, especially the second half. Kids like Caitlin Langer, 6'3", freshman, come off the bench and actually ended up leading us in scoring. And teammates did a good job of getting her the ball in the lane, and she finished well. And that's a big confidence shot in the arm for her. And Tara Roloff had a good night shooting the ball, mid-range game, and ended up with 14 points. But it was a fun night because we got to play everybody, and it wasn't a game that we had to come from behind in the second half like the previous 3. But you know, I know that there's not going to be a lot of opportunities now that we're in conference play to go that deep with the bench and play that many people, so we wanted to take advantage of that opportunity.
You mentioned Caitlin had 15 points to lead your team. Really helped spark a run there in the second half. Got a layup and a foul, made the free throw. Connor Nagel did the same thing. That really helped key a run that put some distance between yourself and Viterbo.
Well, defensively we tightened things up the second half and forced a lot of turnovers and some
29 of them.
Open floor opportunities in transition, which we had struggled converting in those situations. And you get in conference play and those situations are much more limited. So when you do get them, you need to cash in on them. And it was fun for our players to get some opportunities that they earned at the defensive end and you know, convert them into some easy scores.
Putting the non-conference schedule behind us, we now go to Saturday's game against Upper Iowa, an Upper Iowa team that you talked all week about how much improved they were. Had a couple really good all-conference players coming back, and the Warriors go on the road to Upper Iowa down to Fayette, lose the game, but a game where you had some balanced scoring and shot the ball well at times.
Well, it was one of those games that, you know, we kept feeling like we're just a run away from taking the lead. But unfortunately, defensively, the second half, we were called for so many fouls that we couldn't get stops without fouling to put together a run at the other end. That combined with the fact that we, once again, only shot 25% from three-point land. And I was frustrated in that we let their three-quarter court diamond press cause us to forget our game plan in the half court, which was to get the ball inside. To Upper Iowa's credit, they backed off of Abby and were just daring her to shoot the perimeter shot. She only took 2 outside shots the whole game, only shot 7 times. You know, your leading scorer needs to get more touches than that, and we addressed that with our team afterwards. But Abby needs to recognize when people are going to back off. She's an 80% plus free throw shooter. That elbow shot is a shot that she needs to not even hesitate on taking when teams back off. But because they played the sagging man-to-man, we didn't get to the free throw line very much. We didn't make them pay because we didn't shoot a good percentage from the perimeter. But we lost some patience in trying to get the ball inside. Katie Zepsik, we got her 2 touches in the lane. That's not very many, but she scored both times that she got it. But you know, once again, we missed 5 layups. We missed a couple bunnies, short shots close to the basket. We missed a potential 10 free throws if you count 1-and-1s. So we had lots of opportunities, despite, you know, a lot of things that we either didn't do well or a lot of free throws that we gave up. So it was frustrating that we walked away losing that game because I didn't feel like we put anything together at either end of the floor to make a difference.
Someone who played really well these last 2 games was Tessa Wells, senior point guard, finished 7 of 10 shooting on the week and really made some good strides offensively.
Well, you know, she had struggled shooting layups game 2 and game 3, and it kind of got in her head a little bit. But we worked a lot on it in practice, and she's such a good slasher and distributor of the ball that against Upper Iowa, she got really aggressive, taking the ball to the basket the second half, and we needed some other guards to look to do that too. But when the game was over, Tessa saying, "Man, I wish I would have started doing that in the first half." It's like, yeah, we wish you would have too. So you learn something from every game and every experience and every defensive scheme that the other team throws at you, and we're still trying to figure out who we are. I have a better idea and feeling now about which kids we should try to set up for three-point shots on the perimeter, which ones we should have the ball in the hands in trying to create something for themselves and teammates, who are our best pull-up shooters, who are our best passers into the post people, who are our best defensive stoppers on the perimeter or inside. So we're learning a lot about ourselves here in the early going, and now we have maybe our toughest weekend, especially road weekend, as far as the level of competition coming up, playing Concordia and Mankato. They're picked number 1 and number 2 in the league. They're both ranked top 15 in the nation. So it's going to be a big challenge, and we got to do a lot of things better and for more minutes than what we've been doing in order to give ourselves a competitive chance to win.
Well, conference play is off and rolling. The Warriors with that first game of conference schedule at Upper Iowa. Like you just said, Coach, 2 more games on the road this weekend in conference play. We'll be back later this week. Coach Ballard will break down Concordia St. Paul and Minnesota State.